So these are the typical questions in integral. Suppose I ask you to find the integral of secant theta. One method is multiply this guy by tangent theta plus secant theta and divide it by tangent theta plus secant theta and then d theta. Take a look. Here you have the integral. If you distribute secant into the numerator, you get secant theta times tangent theta plus secant theta times secant theta or secant squared theta divided by tangent theta plus secant theta d theta. Let's just stop. Take a look. If you have tangent theta plus secant theta and you take the derivative of this guy, this is equal to the derivative of tangent plus the derivative of secant. But remember that tangent is nothing but sine over cosine, and secant is nothing but 1 over cosine. So instead of memorizing these, try to remember the steps applying quotient rule. Quotient rule says if you have f divided by g and you take the derivative, it is f prime g minus f g prime divided by g squared. So take a look. Here I'm taking the derivative of sine, which is cosine times cosine. I get cosine squared theta minus the derivative of cosine, which is negative sine times sine, get plus sine squared theta divided by cosine squared theta plus. Now the same for 1 over cosine theta. The derivative of 1 is 0 times cosine, 0 minus the derivative of cosine, which is negative sine, get plus sine theta divided by cosine squared theta. This is 1 over cosine squared theta plus sine theta over cosine theta times cosine theta. This guy is basically secant squared theta plus these two, they form tangent times 1 over cosine, which is basically secant theta. So if I have tangent theta plus secant theta, its derivative is just right up there. What does it tell me? It tells me, hey, I have the integral of d theta. Well, here you have secant theta tangent theta plus secant squared. You can use u sub. You can say that, hey, this is my u, and this guy is my du. So I end up with du divided by u, which we already know is ln. ln of absolute value of u plus constant of integration. But what is u? U is tangent theta plus secant theta. So this guy is equal to ln of absolute value of tangent theta plus secant theta plus constant of integration. This is the integral of secant theta.